So we're going to go ahead and go through some of this. I hate doing lists because you always forget something. But we, as a race and as a board, have a lot of people to thank tonight. We have a lot of sponsors. This race does not take place by just the registration and the entry fees. It takes place because we have community members and community organizations that sponsor the Copper Basin 300, and they have for years. And so I'm just going to name some of those organizations, and I'll do my best to, if I miss one and you're here representing that organization and you know that you sponsored the race, please stand up and throw something at me so I remember that, okay? Starting off, Alaskans was here on, Sarah was here on Friday and Saturday, and they sponsored all the gift bags for all the mushers. And not only do they sponsor all that, but they also sponsored the Halfway Point Award. And we're going to give that out in just a little while. Copper Basin Sanitation, Ms. Carol Neely and Ms. Sharon Daniel are here representing Copper Basin Sanitation. All those toilets, those porta toilets that you used throughout the race, all the dumpsters that you threw all your trash in, all those dumpsters you threw your trash in.
Yeah!
You did. If you didn't, you'll go back. Copper River Native Association, huge sponsor of the race. Crowley Fuels has been a long-time sponsor of the Copper Basin. Cold Spot Feeds up in Fairbanks is a great sponsor. Glennallen Fuel, Catherine is here representing Glennallen Fuel. She and the organization provide fuel for the trail breakers and for all the trail work that takes place. Copper Valley Telecom, American Legion Post 27, they provide the Race Central race registration. Glennallen IGA provides water and a financial gift to their organization. The Hub of Alaska also provides us fuel for the vets and the officials during the race. Glennallen Subway, they provided the bibs. We appreciate that. How many of you used your free coupon for your free sub sandwich? Yes. All right. We still have some left over if you need one. KCAM Radio has been a proud sponsor, and they provided some housing this year for some of our vet team. Also, Crossroad Health Ministry provided housing for our vet team, as they also do the chili feed prior to the start of the race. Copper River Watershed Project, I saw Amanda, Copper River Watershed Project, they give us a financial gift every year so that we can buy weed-free straw and get straw for the race every year. Copper Country Alliance also helps us with straw, and we appreciate all these. Did I miss a sponsor? If you're here and you're a sponsor of the race, if I missed you, I'm sorry. I just did this the best I could there. But let's give all these a round of applause and appreciate them. All right, checkpoints. We would not have a race without having good checkpoints, good lodges, and good places to stay warm, get warm, and provide good food. And so American Legion Post 27, most of you that have run this race for years have worked with and dealt with Miss Julie Sign. She has been a staple of the Copper Basin. I believe she's only missed one race, and she has been a great asset in getting registration taken care of. And so we appreciate American Legion Post 27. Red Eagle Lodge, Richard and Judy Dennis, and I appreciate them. Richard is not here tonight because Richard is on the trail picking up the trail stakes. I sent him a text and told him he was invited. We wanted him to come, and he called me this afternoon on top of the hump and said it was absolutely the most gorgeous day he's ever seen up there, and he was going to stay up there for a little while. And so we appreciate them. Julie Johnson is our checkpoint lead over there, and we appreciate Julie and all she does. Red Eagle Lodge. Meier Lake Roadhouse, Linda and Mo Fraley, and we appreciate Meier Lake Roadhouse being open for us. I know there was a little bit of they closed a little early, but you know we have a place to get in, get warm, and get good food. And I appreciate Linda and Mo. And Russ Scribner's not here, but Russ and his son Kenton have put a lot of time and a lot of energy into helping make sure that that checkpoint goes off without a hitch. And I appreciate all the work that goes in, and to Russ and all the folks that work there with him. Also, the next checkpoint will be Sourdough Campground. BLM, Bureau of Land Management, OTNA, Bruce Kane is here with OTNA. We have also, anybody with BLM? Anybody important with BLM? We have Atric and some folks from Atric over here. Appreciate those guys. Also, Sourdough has been blessed within the last couple of years to have Doug, Chris, Adam, and Casey. And Casey's over here. Where did I see? There she is. They've opened up that cabin right there behind that for all the mushers and for folks to get warm. And we appreciate all the work that goes into there and to Sourdough Campground. Lake Louise Lodge, we're going to give a round of applause to all these folks afterwards, okay? Lake Louise Lodge, Harold and Wendy Egan and family, and Savannah and Frankie over there. Appreciate Lake Louise Lodge. Again, after a long, hard trip across the lake and across the trail, it's nice to have a place to be able to go and to get warm and get good food, and we appreciate Lake Louise Lodge. Tolsona Lake Lodge, Michelle is not able to be with us tonight, but we appreciate her opening up and being receptive to the race coming through. And Nathan Helmer was able to take over that checkpoint lead. Really, we threw him in there at the last second. He called, said he wanted to volunteer. I said, good, we have a place for you. So go to Tolsona, and he did a great job there. Appreciate that. And then the finish is at Old Paths Baptist Church, and we want to thank the ladies of the church for cooking the delicious soup and all the chili that you could want. Let's give all these folks a round of applause. Next on the list is our media team, and Carolina is, where's Carolina? Carolina's right there. Carolina, do you want to come up here really quick? Do you have something that we are supposed to do tonight? Yeah. We're 1 minute late. That's what you said. You're doing the drawing at 7:30, right?
Oh, sure. That's fine.
Bethany, come here a second. I want you to pick something out of this pot. This is the first year out of this bowl. This is the first year that the Copper Basin 300 has had all 300 miles sponsored. So, where's Daniel? Daniel, you're the only one who did the 300 plus miles. So, thank you for going above and beyond so we get those miles sponsored too. So, how many are we drawing?
So, we have quite a few. We have one for the signposter.
All right, let's do one for the sign poster. This is for the sponsor, the mile sponsors, okay?
Okay, so the sign poster goes to mile 138. Anybody can make notes, please?
Make notes. All right, Eileen's got it. So mile 138.
138
gets the sign poster. We don't know who that person is. We have to go back and look at the website.
Yes. Okay. Next one will be. You're like putting me on the spot. I don't remember from the top of my head.
Pick one.
Let's do 5 packages of stickers.
Give it to Carolina.
All right, Bethany. Thank you.
Whoa. Where's she going?
Yeah. All right, so first package of stickers patches goes to mile 290.
All right, 290.
Okay.
We'll do one more, then we'll come back and do something after a while.
Okay, one more.
We have like 12.
Okay, pick one.
So.
Pick one. One. Give it to Carolina.
Oh, there's none.
Just one.
Oh, there's 2. You gotta choose one. I can't believe. Perfect.
There you go.
So next package of stickers goes to mile number 113.
All right, 113. All right, we'll come back and do some more in just a little bit, okay?
Sounds good.
All right.
Say thank you.
Appreciate those folks who sponsored miles. Again, 308 miles have been sponsored, and that goes to helping with the race and making sure the race is continuing on. Tonight, we would like to recognize, or I would like to recognize the board of directors for the Copper Basin 300. This race does not take place just on the weekend. This race preparation begins back in July, August, and the work begins for the board. And so tonight we want to recognize our board members, and I'm going to ask them to stand if you would please, and I will do the best I can to remember their names and all the hard work they do. Donna Russell Swoop. Where's DRS? There's DRS over there, standing beside Greg Harvin. She's the vice president. Morgan Sobek is our merchandise coordinator.
There's Morgan.
Ann Maslin is standing over there now waving at you. She's our secretary. Our race central coordinator, Catherine Verline, is there. She's our treasurer. She also owns Glennallen Fuel and is the sponsor for the race. Carolina, and I've worked on your last name.
Sounds good.
Carolina Z. How about that? She is our media coordinator, and this year we were pleased to have Eileen Stevenson come on board and be our volunteer coordinator. So many of you have been in contact with these folks, and we want to appreciate and recognize each one of those. This year we had a great opportunity. We had several people help us with the trail, not just a group of, not just one or two individuals. We had a whole group of individuals. And if you helped work on any portion of the trail for the Copper Basin, you may have staked it, you may have ridden it, whatever you did, if you would stand, please, so you can be recognized. This year we also want to recognize Carol, Tim's wife, and we appreciate her. Came to the start and waved the green flag, and we talked about the memorial that was to Tim, and Gary was able to ride the sled, Tim's sled, through all 300 miles of the race again, and that tradition will continue. Tim's sled will continue to ride the race, and we're grateful for that, and we want to recognize all of our trail crew as well. So thank you guys for all your help. It's been said over and over again that this race is a 100% volunteer-ran organization. Nobody gets paid. And I would just want to do this. If you volunteered at all, anywhere, any place along the trail for the Copper Basin 300, I want you to stand if you would, please. Go ahead. If you volunteered, you worked at the race anywhere you want. I was talking to a couple individuals, and they said they've never seen a community so embrace helping with the race. And so that is to be a comment and to commend the community of Glennallen, the Copper River Basin, for the great help that we have as volunteers, as an organization, to make sure this race goes off. It's been running for 35 years, and our desire is to keep it running for 35 more years. So it will not happen without volunteers, without people like those folks that just stood up, keep coming back and keep helping us with the race, and so we want to appreciate them. Greg Parvin is our race marshal. I want you to come up, and he has a few things he'd like to say tonight.
Thanks. Thanks, Jason, and thanks everybody for coming up. I'm going to be as quick as I can, but I do have a couple of comments. First of all, so many new faces. With each year that I come up here, it seems like there's a bigger and bigger influx of mushers that I haven't ever heard of, much less have gotten to know. And what's more amazing about it is the type of dog teams that are being driven up to the starting line. It's really astounding. The pride that you have in your teams, the quality of... There was a time when a rookie musher showed up, and it was clear, it was obvious, and we were taking notes and helping out. And now, sometimes we don't even get to know your names. You're never inside, you're indistinguishable from the people who are racing. You're competitive. The dog care continues to just be beyond anything that you would see 20 years ago, except for maybe the front 10 teams. And I have this overwhelming feeling nowadays that this sport, this community, this lifestyle, the mushing culture is really under duress from so many points, whether it be PETA, well-intentioned people who have dogs and animals and that sort of thing at heart, but the reality is it's misunderstood and it's costing us. Sponsors are being driven away, money's being driven away. The cost of having a dog team is beyond anything that people can really kind of comprehend. Trail access, whatever it may be, we're under, I keep having this feeling that we're in a tenuous place. And I was speaking with Vern about it, and he told me, well, I don't know if you're paying attention because you should see some of these young teams coming up. And then not only do we have that, young teams coming up, the CV's coming in with 6 teams and all of these mushers that they've got, they're investing time into. Vern, Jim, Kathleen, people that are helping young mushers getting involved. They're excited, they're dedicated, they're devoted. And I hope that my feeling that we're under duress and that things could just go sideways is a fleeting thing that will pass. Junior Iditarod this year, I think, has 23 teams signed up. The Willow race, I think, had 30 teams signed up. A child just won the Knick. I don't know to be casting stones at the old people, but so it is. I was listening to another musher, it was Jessie. He's talking about the more you see these dogs perform, and the more you see this kind of lifestyle just kind of continue to evolve to wherever it's going. There's something. I almost said humiliating. That's not what I meant. There's something humbling about it. There's something humbling about seeing the progression the sport's going, the way the dogs are going, the way this race is going, and it alleviates a lot of the fears that I have because I've been involved in this sport now for coming up on 30 years, and almost all of it's been as a race official or as a volunteer, and I would sure hate to see it continue to deteriorate. So thank you all for coming up here. Thanks to the judges. Donna Russell Swope has been a fixture at this race and a lot of races for a very long time. Donna, thank you. She's leaving here for the quest, Canadian quest, the 400. From there, she'll be going to Iditarod again. She'll not see home for some time because of the dedication she has to this sport, to this lifestyle, to this community. Eric Kelly, this is his second year, a fantastic race judge. He's the only one I think that has figured out that we're only effective if we're getting some sleep. We're not running dogs anymore, so you'll never see him wandering around like the rest of us, wondering why we've only had 2 hours of sleep and why I have to go to Mike Ellis to help me with math. And it got so bad today, he said, Greg, it's not math, it's counting. Do better. So I made a promise, I'm gonna do better. And it's actually, well, I won't bore you all with our counting story. Yeah, you guys gotta get home, so I won't. But Mike, thanks for all of that. It was fantastic spending time with you again. It's been a while, and I appreciated it. Karen Hendrickson showed up, and she was a great help. She's not here, but we were really glad to have her. I expect she'll be back next year. And you folks who, if you spend any time at Lake Louise, if you spend your time, by the way, I'm going to just throw this out there. This is the most underutilized place on the planet between the end of the Iditarod until about May. There are countless trails up here. They go on forever, and it is paradise. So give it some thought. When you're training your puppies, or you're doing 8-dog runs, or you just want to run dogs, Lake Louise, Tolsona, Eureka Lodge, I don't know if they're still accommodating dog mushing teams, but it is absolute paradise. Lake Louise, thank you so much. Jim and Nancy aren't here. You guys? Sorry?
They're still tucked into cabin 1.
And rightfully so. If you guys know, if you don't know who Jim and Nancy are, you would know him immediately by sight. I think he ran the Iditarod several times, multiple times in the 70s or 80s. And he puts in every mile of trail, every trail marker on the Crosswind Trail, the Lake Louise Trail, the Tolsona Trail. Doesn't miss a musher, nor does his wife. If you ever get up there, if you ever get to see them, please say hello. We really, it's hard to emphasize how much better this race has been because of their contribution to that entire part of this state. And I think that is almost all I wanted to talk about. Shirley and Bruce, Shirley, thank you so much for all that you do up there. That is, with all the young faces, you're not going to see how everything kind of has its peaks and valleys and its ebbs and flows. There was a time not terribly long ago where the sourdough checkpoint was a burn barrel, and the improvements each year with the number of shotgun blasts we'd get into it. And that was it. There was nothing. And over the last 10 years, it's turned into be what I think would be, I would probably rent out as a VRBO for a few days if I was able to do that. BLM, Atna, Shirley, your family, thank you so much. And lastly, talking about humility and talking about dedication and that sort of thing, that's not normally something I would do, but I don't know if, I think we all recognize it, but Jason Sievers and his family and what they have done for this race and for this community and for what we're doing is nothing short of extraordinary. Where we are now, where it's been, and hopefully where it's going, it's inseparable from Jason. Jason, Teresa, all of your boys, your son Veronica, we can't be happy enough. We really, I don't know what this race, even if there would be a race without you. Thank you. We all mean it from the absolute depths of our hearts. So, thank you. I know I forgot a lot of people, but Jason's really cool. Thanks. Kale. I've never met Kale Casey before. I don't know why. I guess I live under a rock when I'm not here for the winter, but I guess he does the thing. So that's all I have. Everybody, thank you for coming. Please come back. Have a safe trip home. You people who are running Iditarod, have a great race. Rookies who want to use this as a qualifier, please don't forget to sign this. If you do, if you know somebody who needs to sign it, have them get in touch with me. I'm easy to find. Okay? Any questions?
Thanks, Greg. I did forget to mention part of the rest of the media team. Whitney, where is Whitney? There's Whitney. We appreciate Whitney coming up. She's been here 5-6 years, and I went tromping through the snow just to go find Whitney sometime along the trail because I wanted to know where she was at, and she was somewhere down the trail where she normally is. And so, Whitney, thank you so much for coming and taking all the photos for the race, and we greatly appreciate you. And also Kale. Kale has come up the last couple of years, and he's a huge asset to dog mushing and to the mushing community to make sure that the sport is well documented and has a great face in the public. So Kale, thank you so much for all the time and energy that you put into it. Let's give these folks that are part of our meeting team. All right, Nina, you want to come and introduce your crew and then give us a spiel about how great your skills are as a veterinarian and present the award for the vet care? Nice one.
Thanks. Greg got, I don't think this is working. Is it working?
Yep, stay with it.
Pretty loud though, I keep calling.
Stay with it.
Does it work?
Hold close.
All right, real close.
I'm Nina Hansen. I've been with the Copper Basin for a while. So Greg got a yellow hoodie like the first day, and every day I told him how good it looked, and so I bought a yellow hoodie. And then the three of us had a meeting today, and Greg and I were wearing our yellow hoodies, and Jason felt left out, I think. So he bought a yellow hoodie too, and we all have them, and they look great. I didn't prepare much to say. I'm going to introduce the vet team. I got to say thank you to Jason. I've been with the Copper Basin since 2009, and I think I said this at the Musher meeting. There were a few years where I had to really try hard to recruit 2 other vets to help me. And this year we had 8 vets on the team, and I had to tell a couple others who wanted to come up. I'm sorry, we've got more than enough help. So that's just a testament. This race has just grown and become so incredible, and I look forward to it all year, and I already can't wait for next race. So I'll introduce the vet team real quick. About half of them now come from out of state. It's really been an awesome thing. We have some repeat offenders who continue to come from out of state and are great assets to the vet team. So we've got Dr. Mercedes Pinto from Fairbanks. I don't even know how many she's done now, but also have Dr. Nikki Preston from Fairbanks. Southwest, a bunch of other races. This is her first Copper Basin. Dr. Kelly Kramer is from Illinois. This is now your 6th one. She can't get enough Copper Basin. Dr. Christine Pricer, also from Illinois, her first copper basin. I hope she's Dr. Chris Triola, we actually went to undergrad together. Dr. Maureen Hall, another classmate of mine. And Dr. Joanne McCrae had to leave early. She has to work tomorrow. We've got some students. I started a rotation a few years ago, and students are a great asset to that team. We've got Sam Sandwick, a fourth year from Cornell University. Sadie, a third year from our UAFCSU program. And then Thiago Chistochina, all the way from Brazil. I don't think Thiago slept at all for the entire race. And then we've got Liz Soder, a licensed vet tech from Illinois. She was here 2 years ago and it was 60 below and she came back. And then Carolina, the other Carolina. Wait, she's South Carolina, right? South Carolina, she had to leave. She's been a vet assistant for a few years. Do you want me to do this? Sure. Okay. We also have a vet care award. The Copper Basin's been doing this, I think, since I've been here. And the vet team chooses this award. We actually had 3 rounds of voting for this today because so many teams got votes by the vet team. So this is an award given by the vet team to the team that exemplifies extraordinary dog care while being competitive. So we pick from the top half of the field. We really did have 3 rounds of voting. There were so many people that got votes. And this is a new vet care award. And a rookie. So our vet care award goes to Elkie Hall.
So she gets the plaque, and she also gets a check for $300, because that's provided by Taslina Trading Post, sponsor of the Vet Care Award. All right, get your picture taken just there 1 second. Nina, you want to stand with her? Representing the vet team. Congratulations. I'm going to get out of the way. Everybody picture of me. All right. This is something that's a little bit new. I need you to come back here, Elkie, real quick. I got approached just prior to the race about somebody that wanted to do something a little bit more for the Vet Care Award. And we had a community member decide that they wanted to give something else for the Vet Care Award. And so, would you like to come and say just a few things?
Hi, many of you know me, many of you don't. My name is Cole Harmon. I live in Fairbanks. I used to live in Kinnick. I have a traditional dog team. We run trap line. That's what we do. We don't race. Some of them came from Kathleen Frederick. So I heard that, well, I have some time coming up in my schedule, and I thought I'd like to come down and volunteer with this race because I've helped with it before, but I haven't helped with it from the perspective of the race. I've always helped with a particular team. Vet care is extremely important to me. I think it's the best thing that we can do for our community to show that we're doing something here that's really worthwhile. We're taking care of our dogs. We take that very seriously. So I wrote a little something, and then I have a little something for you, Elka, to go with that. There aren't many teams doing the old traditional work anymore, trapping and hauling, freighting and traveling as part of their primary occupation. My team will, in all likelihood, continue to be part of an ever-dwindling number of traditional teams. I haven't run any long races like all of you, and I haven't been involved with dogs half as long as many here. What's more, I'll never run an Iditarod either, so there's no reason to look over your shoulder and worry, gosh, Cole's coming along. All I do is seek to understand my dogs, to see as they see and know as they know. In that, though we are different kinds of teams, I believe that we are the same kind of musher. This is what I have learned, this is what elders have given me, and this is all I've got to give to you. My dogs talk to me like they're people. And an old lead dog once told me that I haven't done everything, but I've done a lot of things, made sweeter for the company I have. That's all that counts. And that's what I remember. It made me realize all at once that that's the job, really, is showing up. That's it. Early and late, in all seasons, in all weather, mind, body, and soul. You show up because the dogs do the same for you. They are our feet, our eyes and ears. They uplift our hearts to dance in the company of brilliant auroras so beautiful that to put them down in words might be a stain on the radiance of their memory. They help us to know ourselves. One person steps on those runners. Another one steps off. It gets in the blood, as the saying goes. These dogs are the lifeblood of our community. Without them, we have very little. So I urge you, especially those young mushers here who are just starting out, learn where your dogs come from. Know their story. Learn their grandparents and their great-parents and their great-great-grandparents. Learn the mushers that bred them and raised them and loved them. In your dogs are all of those precious ancestors, just as you are all of yours. And they travel with you wherever you go. In all the ways that count, after an experience like this, those dogs are your relatives. This is what this distinction, this Vet Care Award, is all about. Caring for your relatives. Showing up, learning from the road you walk together. Knowing where you're going because you know where you've been. This is what it means to know where you are, deep down where it counts. So from all of my relatives, to all of you and your relatives, there's $1,000 in this bag to keep doing what you're doing, and a Wolverine ruff to help you on the way.
Congratulations, help you on a great job taking care of your dog team, and look forward to seeing that ruff on your parka. All right, our next award tonight is going to be our Rookie of the Year, and it is provided by the Copper River Auto Parts, and this award is given this year to, I don't remember, sorry, Josie Thayer. $300 and a plaque. It says 2024 Copper Basin 300, the toughest 300 miles in Alaska, 35th running. Copper River Auto Parts Rookie of the Year. Congratulations. Now it comes time for the finishers' speeches and the sportsmanship award. And the way we'll do this tonight is all the mushers that finish will be given an opportunity to thank whoever you need to thank. And during that time, I want you to cast a vote for the musher that you think expressed great sportsmanship throughout the trail. And so we'll take the majority will win the vote, okay? And so tonight we're going to start off with our red lantern, Misha. If you'll come, finish 28th position. There you go. Catherine has $100 for you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for putting this every year together. Thank you, my helpers.
Put it closer to your mouth.
Thank you for putting this race together every year. Thank you for my helpers, Barsha and Grace, and thank you, my husband, for staying behind me with my crazy ideas. Thank you.
All right, when you come up to give your speech, Misha, who would you like to cast a vote for the Sportsman of the Year?
I I don't know. I lost every time when I made it to
Just
the
write it down and
checkpoint.
think about it while you listen to all these other people and give it to me. We'll cast a vote, all right? When you're speaking, please speak into the microphone and speak with your outdoor voice. I feel like a kindergarten principal dismissing people to go get food tonight, okay? So I want to use it again. Speak with your outdoor voice. All right, next for the 27th position, you can come up and gather your $100 from Catherine. Sydney Ball.
I wanted to thank Vern. He was my sole handler. You know, I'm new into this sport, and so I've met a lot of great people through this race. And I think Emily and I were kind of having a fun race, keeping the same pace. So I'm gonna go for Emily for sportsman.
26th position, Michael Dolner.
I'd like to thank Martin Boozer as my main sponsor, as well as him letting me run his dogs. I'd like to thank my handlers, Sue and Tim, for coming out here, giving up their weekend to listen to me complain about being super tired and working hard. Thank you to the vets for taking care of my dogs. And I'll vote for Sydney. She kind of gave me that last bit of competition when I kind of felt too tired to really work. So her on my butt for the last 50 miles really kind of made it a really fun race. So, thank you.
25th position, Justin Holmes.
In the money. Thank you. It was a really good race. It was a pretty tough one for us. I tried running checkpoint to checkpoint, which was the first time we'd done anything like that, so I never had that experience of really pushing my dogs in that way, and I learned a lot. So I'm really grateful for everyone that makes the Copper Basin happen. Even though I'm not really competitive, it's an amazing experience and an incredible challenge. So I have to thank my wife, Kale, and Dutch Johnson for handling. They were really helpful and wonderful to meet at the checkpoint. I have to thank my dogs. They were incredibly strong, and I just had a wonderful time out on the trail with them. Thank you to the trail breakers as well, and to the vets. I had a lot of vet questions, and I got a lot of really good help. So thank you, everyone. And I would have to say that we all know Laurel's a great guy, but he really helped me near the end there when I was having a hard time with my team. So my vote for Sportsmanship Award goes to Laura.
Thank you. Write that down. All right. Next, in 24th position, Laurel Eklund. And he didn't get dumped on the snow on his head this year.
I know.
So disappointed.
Yeah, I'm pretty disappointed with my finish. Sorry, guys, but they're getting stoked up on me. I blame Jason for that. I shouldn't have signed up. But anyways, I'd like to thank my sponsors, and then as well as my two handlers are with me, dealt with me and my disorganized butt throughout the whole race. Haley and Dawson there, and especially Dawson. He kind of got thrown into the fire. Only been in Alaska for 3 days, or only 3 days for Dawson. But anyways, yeah, it was a great race. Thanks to the volunteers. It was fun. I like going counterclockwise. That was a great experience. And yeah, the dogs did great, as well as yeah, I had a fun time. Anyways, sportsmanship reward, I like to actually go to Justin, who helped me out in Chistochina, and when my runner, I got a weird pass at the beginning of the race, and a sled caught my runner and sheared off a runner plastic, and I didn't. So I went that first leg on one runner. So
So my right leg is a little bigger than my left leg at the moment. But, so my dogs didn't want to, couldn't, my hook wouldn't hold in that sugary snow. The dogs wanted to go, and I lost a nice set of vice grips out there on the trail. So whoever kills me, they find that awesome. But, and so yeah, Justin came in handy so I can get my plastic going and get back on the trail. Oh.
All right. 23rd position, Lara Kittelson.
The race this year was so much fun, doing it counterclockwise and all that. And it was so much fun coming to the checkpoints and saying hi to all the volunteers and the vets and the other mushers. And I was just very proud of my dogs. They did so well. It was their first race of their life. They did so good. And for sportsmanship or sportsman award of the year, I will nominate Sadie Lindquist. We mushed together for most of the race, even though we weren't technically supposed to or planned to. Our dogs just ran together. And it was so much fun just powering down the trail with her and the dogs. All right, thank you all.
22nd position, Sadie Lindquist.
Well, first of all, I was so terrified to do this race, and so honestly, without like the officials and volunteers, I would have been so lost, and I was so scared. So thank you guys for just like helping me not be confused all the time. I feel like I got my ass kind of handed to me a little bit the first run, so that was really nice of you all to be helping. And as far as sportsmanship award, I'd like to nominate Lara Kittelson for being there literally every step of the entire race. It was pretty cool to run our dogs together the whole time. So to Lara, thank you so much for everything, honestly. And everyone else. This is terrible. I'm so sorry.
I see a pattern going. Y'all are making it very hard. We don't have very many more of those $100 bills, okay? All right, next in the 21st position, Emily Ford.
Really, thanks to Kathleen for having us back for another winter. We've come up from Minnesota, so she could have said stay in the lower 48. She lets us come back, which is really nice. I had a team of 4 handlers, which apparently I needed, so thank you to my handlers. You guys were awesome to get me through the 300 miles. I want to thank my 2-year-old leaders. They were awesome. I had one of my 2-year-olds led 250 miles. I'm so proud of Portia, so that's awesome. Vets, of course, you guys, without you, we would be lost and probably our dogs would lose all their paws, and so thank you all. Of course, everybody who puts this on. I ran most of the race alone, actually, so I saw Lara the most, and I want to say thank you for sportsmanship. We chit-chatted for like 5 miles together. Your team was faster on the hills, not as fast on the flats, so we just kept passing each other. And Lara reminded me that it's just fun to run your dogs and be out there, even when you're super tired and sleep deprived. So thank you so much for reminding me that even though you're tired, this is worth it to be out there.
Position, Michael Parker.
I'd like to thank the Copper Basin Board of Directors for putting on a fantastic event. I'd like to thank Jim Lanier and Anna Bondarenko for letting me run their lovely white dogs. Joe Keefe for handling for me on the race. To all my competitors in this race, thank you for being out here and keeping this sport going. I'd like to thank my wife Julianne and my kids Minka, Ty, and Zoe for being supportive. And most of all, I'd like to thank the dogs that brought me to the finish line that I've been dreaming of coming to for a very long time. My vote for sportsmanship award goes to Sean Williams.
19th position, Kelsey Winters.
What an amazing race. This is my first 300-mile race. I'm coming from the Yukon, and Alaska has an amazing dog mushing community here, for sure. Yeah, so I'd like to thank Jake Witkop. I'm working with him this winter. Yeah, great mentor, great guy, great dogs. Jessie Holmes, too. He let me borrow 4 of his really good dogs, too. And Dan and Jenny for hosting me. That was great. You guys are amazing hosts. Handler Sean Dewalski, Kiki, and Romaine. And yeah, sportsmanship, I'll go with Jessie Holmes for giving me the dogs. So yeah, thanks.
18th position, Daniel Klein.
Well, as a 64-year-old rookie to the sport, I simply want to say thanks to the sport itself for welcoming me into it. 2 years ago, I knew nothing of any of this, and it's absolutely extraordinary. My entire family watches this from afar. It brings tears to my eyes because of the feel and the generosity that this sport exudes. It's wildly cool. And I just want to say thank you to the sport itself. More precisely, I'd like to thank the Ryan Reddington family for letting me stay at their house and taking care of me and welcoming me in. Not to mention the just terrific advice and kindness that they provide. I just want to thank those two, as well as Hunter Keefe, who I ran with most of the race, and my handler, Tyler Schmidt. It was just an extraordinary experience. I just want to say thanks to everybody for this. My award for best musher out there, I'm just simply going to say Jessie Holmes. He took the time momentarily just to say hi. He gave me good advice, kind advice, unrequested. He just did it on his own. He was thoughtful, and I just want to give my award to Jessie Holmes for that. That's it.
17th position, Hunter Keefe. Not here?
Not here.
Not here.
Not here.
Well, I guess we get to spend Hunter's money. 16th position, Trevin Hunter. A long walk for $100? I think it's worth it.
Thank you, guys. I've never done good with a mic in my hand. I'd like to say thank you first and foremost to Dallas CV for giving me the opportunity to run these dogs. I mean, can you say any more? Man, those are a bunch of good dogs. I could get going here. Trail crew was awesome. I mean, phenomenal trail, straight through the whole time. We were heading up here at the end of the whole race, and my dogs were just charging, and that's the dogs and the trail crew, and I'm gonna have to pass it off to somebody else.
Okay. Thank you, sir. 15th position, Sean Williams.
Hello, everybody. Before I get started, I want to thank my wife and kids for allowing me to do this. which if you have kids, it's a big deal. But yeah, the trail was great. This was actually my first 300-mile race about 15 years ago. And now, it's been a few years, so I feel pretty comfortable mushing and not too worried about anything, especially with the nice temperatures that we had. But 15 years ago, man, I was incredibly green. I remember coming to a checkpoint, just peeking over, people starting their cookers and thinking about how do I even change the plastic. It was really ridiculous. But I packed peanut butter jelly sandwiches, and I don't know why you guys let me even do it, but we did finish. But anyway, it's come a long way, but I really enjoyed the trail. I had a great time. It wasn't cold at all. Going over the hump, it was balmy, a little misty. It was just had my headphones on, smiling, and so pretty different experience from the first time. Where did they have those cinnamon roll, all those plates of cinnamon rolls? Chistochina. Oh, so Chistochina, there was about 10 extra of those plates stacked up. I filled a 1-gallon Ziploc baggie with all those cinnamon rolls. Probably 8 or 9 of those cinnamon rolls in there. And at Lake Louise, I had 1 left, so I ate that all the way. Every hour, I take a couple bites and then just keep that going. Or if I snack the dogs, I take a couple bites and keep going. That really helped me quite a bit. Cinnamon, keep your blood sugar really high, just the whole way. Diabetes at the end. But yeah, I want to thank my handlers, T.G. Pavelio back here is a junior musher, Sean Underwood. Kale's actually one of my handlers. If you guys didn't know that. He has some great content, so he was with me every step of the way. But the dogs were amazing, of course. Pork belly, nobody ever thinks pork belly. I want to think pork belly, it's great. But I just want to thank everybody involved with the race. If you've ever been involved trying to organize any event or organization on top of your regular life, to put 300 miles of trail in, keep it cleared, organize the event, build the hype, organize everybody on time, it's just a really tremendous thing. So I want to thank all of you. And to do that here for, what has it been, about 40 years?
35.
45. 35. I mean, that's just an amazing thing. And I hope it goes on for twice that long and continues on. My vote for sportsmanship is kind of the same trend, but I vote for Mike Parker. And the reason for that, there's been a couple bad accidents this year with snow machines and dogs, but Mike has carried himself really well, put on a very composed and positive example of how to move forward and try to help things change a little bit in the right way. And he doesn't get more of a sportsman than that, so that's why I voted for Mike. So thank you all.
14th position, Samantha Lalonde.
Ow!
All right. Well, first of all, I'd like to thank Dallas for letting me run his dogs and all the mentorship. Thank you to the handlers for handling 3 teams. I know it was pretty chaotic. Thank you to the trail crew, the vets. The biggest thank you to you guys for taking care of our dogs. And yeah, just thanks for making it a good race. It was really fun. I learned a lot. I'd have to say sportsmanship goes to Sean. He lent me his headlight battery 22 miles from the finish line, and he also just made it fun. My dogs chased him down and gave him a little pep. It was a lot of fun. So yeah.
13th position, Elkie Hall.
I've
I've handled a couple races now, more than a couple for Matt, and this race has always been the one that I've been jealous of him out on the trail and wanting to be out there with him. And now that I have, it didn't disappoint at all. It was an incredible race. So thank you everyone who had a hand in making this happen. Really, really awesome. That team, you guys are incredible. Thank you so much for being there and being so generous with your knowledge and letting me try to touch and feel what you guys are showing me. And the inherent emotional support that I think goes along with that job. You guys are incredible, making especially this rookie feel centered out there. Made a world of a difference. Our sponsors, Ultra Cruise, dog sponsors, and my handler, Emmy, she was an absolute rock star. She's back home already, taking care of the kennel. That was left behind. Cool, thank you so much for the good hurrah and support. And then, very importantly, mostly my husband, who is my biggest supporter, my coach, and who woke up at every checkpoint while he's trying to be very competitive to come check on me and see how I'm doing, which was incredible. You are everything, and I can't wait to keep doing this for a bunch of years. So thank you guys so much.
Kristy Berington.
I wanted to thank everybody who had anything to do with this race. And I was sitting here, this is like the worst part for me, coming up and talking to everybody. I like talking to dogs, but I was looking at that sign up there, together everyone achieves more, and I thought, what a team of everybody here, that the vets, the trail crew, volunteers and organizers, the volleyball team serving us food. I was like, it was a big team that put this together, and just thank you to everybody who had anything to do with the race, because it's been a long time since I've been to this race and this race course, and I was reminded of, it's been too long. I should have come back sooner because I had a great time. Of course, I had to thank my two handlers, Andy and Aaron. They were awesome. I couldn't ask for anything better, and I think the dogs really appreciate the extra pets and cats that they got at the checkpoints. And also thank my sister Anna for taking care of everybody at home and running all the extra dogs. And thank you so much. Sportsmanship? Paige. She was really just great along the trail a couple times that we had passed each other, and I pulled over to camp right before the hump, and she, still racing, stops and asks, everything okay? Because it was a little bit stormy where I'd passed. I was like, nope, just camping as planned, everything's cool. And she's just a smile on her face and took off down the trail, and after the race we were able to catch up and stuff, so Paige.
11th position, Jonah Bacon.
Just want to thank everybody that had a part in this race, putting it on, all the people on the board, other people involved, people at checkpoints, vet team, handlers Eric for babysitting Deke this race, Deke for letting me run 12 of the best dogs in the world. Really had a fun time out there. The sponsors of the team and whatnot too, thanks to them. And for sportsmanship, I don't actually know who I want to thank, but had a bit of a yard sale about a mile into the race and lost a beaver mitt, and somebody behind me picked it up. I think Isaac knows who that was. Who was it? Trevin. That's who I'm voting for. Thanks for picking that up. I owe you a beer.
We've got 9 names on here, so I saw a couple faces. If you don't think you're ever going to run an I did route or request, it's good to have. It's hard to find you guys later. Also, I forgot Al and Tangela Ishins when I was naming judges. I don't know why. It's unforgivable. What? What? Well, that's what makes it bad. That's the part. I did write it down and I read it, and I still forgot. It goes back to this Mike Ellis thing. It's counting. It's counting. Al shows up at Myers. He doesn't sleep a wink. He hauls his wife up here with her little kick sled because she's out of surgery. Her leg's up on the ice, but he's not going to miss it. So, Al, if you're watching this, thanks.
Sign the book if you haven't already, and that's it. Thanks, Jason.
10th position, Calvin Daltrey.
All right, whoever made that chili at the finish, I want to give a big thank you to you. That hit the spot. It was really good. I also want to thank Riley and her family for hosting us. Her parents were so sweet and they let us stay at their place. I also want to give a big thank you to Mitch Seavey for letting me run his dogs. He's got a lot of really good dogs, and it was a really fun race. Thank you to everybody who was involved. I had a lot of fun out there. It was a really fun trail, and yeah, just a really great experience in general. I'd like to nominate Dallas for the Sportsman Award. That last run from Lake Louise to the finish was probably the longest run I've ever done, and it was a lot of fun to chase Dallas, even though I never got quite close to catching him. Definitely kept me on my toes a little bit. So yeah, thank you.
9th place, Dallas Seavey.
You're going for money first.
Be friends. All right. First off, I'm going to forget about this. First off, this race has been a big part of mushing for a very, very long time. I remember when I was, 5, 6 years old, crashing under the pool table in Lake Louise or one of those checkpoints. And that's some of my earliest mushing memories is, helping my dad on this race and being around it. Somehow I've been in this sport now for 30 plus years, and this is my first time running it. So it's kind of a bucket list item that we had to get checked off eventually, and it definitely did not disappoint. It's an awesome race, awesome event. The people throughout were great, amazing, and I would like to come back next year and the year after that. And I think this might become a regular part of our season. So everybody here, whether you've done it 100 times or rookie year or whatever else, we should be real grateful for these events. Not just this one, but across the state. It takes a lot to put these things on, whether it's the Cusco or the Copper Basin or the Kobuk, any of those. So anywhere you can support them, do. And I love seeing all this gratitude for the event, because that's what we need as mushers, to have somewhere to go with our dogs and to train and to have fun and experience that lifestyle. So thank you from the top to the bottom. I know it takes a lot to put these things on, so everybody in between, thank you so much for doing that. My handlers, you guys did an awesome job. It was an eventful trip out there. Our truck had a minor mishap and one of the wheels decided to go its own way, so to speak. So huge thanks to everybody who stopped and helped put that back together and get them back on the road there. And everybody else's handlers, it's kind of crazy. You pull into a checkpoint and there's a whole bunch of teams already there, way ahead of me, of course. But everybody's hustling and bustling around, and it's just fun to see. We always think about the mushers, we always see the mushers, but each of those mushers have a huge support system, helping them, supporting them, getting them to the starting line, staying back home at the kennel right now, taking care of your dogs. So to all of that mushing community, I want to thank you all for being part of what is a very awesome thing that we should all be very blessed and honored to be part of there. So thank you to top to bottom there. This was a very fun race. I really, really enjoyed it. The trail was challenging, but it's good. It's realistic. This is, if you haven't done the Iditarod yet, that's what your Iditarod's going to be. I've tried to put most all of our rookie teams through this race as a qualifier, because I think it is a very realistic example of what you're going to see on the Iditarod. So keep up the good work there. It was well marked, and it was awesome. I felt like a rookie at one moment out there. Your lovely little creek crossings. I got to one, and I had to encourage my lead dog to step into the water, and then got the hook pulled, and along comes a sled, and I hop on it, and I miss my seat. So I was able to keep my feet out of the water, but my butt went right down on my track. Came out the other side, feeling kind of like I wet myself. But anyway, Sportsmanship Award, I didn't really see a whole lot of mushers on the trail out there, but one bright moment on my race, much needed. I think it was in Lake Louise, wherever post river crossing was out there. Sadie Lindquist walked by and asked, "Oh, you had a good crossing over those creeks?" And I don't know what she was eating, but it projectiled into what reaction, and I laughed for probably the whole next run because of that, her reaction there. So sportsmanship, there you go. On that note, it is good to see, I've been to these things, and there's been junk show after junk show, and a lot of it stems from ill-preparedness, and people need a lot of help. And we see some, not that people aren't sportsmanlike here, there's a lot of that, but I haven't seen huge need. And what that tells me is mushers came prepared, they were competent, they had good dog teams, and they got through it without having any major issues. So that's what we need as a sport. So thank you all, thank you to sponsors, thank you to handlers, thank you to the people back at the kennel, and the race.
8th place, Annette Klein. Annette? Not here? Annette? Okay. All right. 7th place, Josie Thyre.
So, I've been hearing a lot about this race. This is my first race in Alaska, although I've been mushing for a while. And so I was very excited to come check out the trail, and it did not disappoint. Very fun out there, great. Some challenging sections, some twists and turns to keep you awake, and had a blast out there. Want to thank Jessie Royer. She's helped me a lot, teaching me how to run a team and how to take care of my dogs out there. And I want to thank my friend Hannah for coming up from Idaho and bringing her oldest little boy to see his first big dog sled race, and them handling for me. This is a vacation for her, so, no sleep, going to the dog sled race. I want to thank my handler, Michelle, at home, running the team, keeping all the puppies, everybody happy and healthy back there. There's so many people that have helped me get to this point, and too many to list, but I also want to thank everyone who put on the race. I know that's a lot of work, it's a lot of trail. To come into a checkpoint and there's food and hot water and coffee and all of that is really nice. You've been out there all by yourself and you really just want to sleep as quickly as possible. So thank you for everyone who had a part in putting this on, and definitely looking forward to coming back. Thank you.
Yeah, you want to come prepared, but sometimes you gotta ask for some help. Thanks, Jessie. Really get my sportsmanship at work. I had there was a little bit of beef shortages going on. Most people know it, so that was there it is. Thanks, man. Along the way at checkpoints, even if it was already gone, so that was really helpful thing. And I need to congratulate Brant, and you'll have to get on the back now. I got to thank all my crew. Lou, your truck was nice and comfortable. Sarah, you and your family, awesome. And Doug and Sarah, I didn't have to worry whether or not the truck was going to start. And yeah, oh, and other Sarah, the garage I got to clean up.
Sportsmanship.
I already did.
You already did? Okay. There's a bunch of them over there. Jesse, who's your sportsman?
Jason. Sadie did.
Sadie did not? Who's your sportsman? Oh.
I thought I chose.
Almost for Elkie, I saw her on the trail and she's always smiling. She's always like,
All right, okay. Now, 5th place with a check for $1,500, Matt Hall.
First off, I want to thank everybody for being here tonight, showing up and supporting us and supporting the race and the sport. I want to thank the Copper Basin and everything that goes into that, that's involved, and especially the vet teams, having 2 teams ourselves in it this year. We use you guys a lot, and you guys are always incredible. Thank you guys very, very much. My dogs, they're what makes all this happen. Got an incredible team, love them to death.
and super good guys. My wife, she's the one that gets me out of bed in the morning and says, go run those dogs, get out there, have fun with them, always supporting me. Love you, honey. Thank you. And let's see, it's only a few things on here, but it's strange being up here. I want to thank my handlers, Emmy, who's handling for us all season. She's been super helpful, handled for Elkie during this race. Then as well as Luther. Luther's handled for me a couple years in the past, and I was able to rope him in and get him back out here, and he was a blast to have out there. Did an incredible job. A couple sponsors: Rod's Alaskan Guide Service, Bima Electronics, and all of our dog sponsors. And then sportsmanship from the stories I heard from Elkie for Josie.
Fourth place and a check for $2,500. Paige Drummond.
Wow, it is kind of crazy to be up here. Does this work? Can everyone hear me?
Yep.
Yeah? Okay. Well, first, I'm going to thank all the people that help us all year round, especially on this race, Annie and Kate. There from the beginning, and then Mitch showed up at Chisto to help out for the weekend with the two of us in the race, and then he left a little bit early and got almost back to Fairbanks and realized he had the keys to our truck in his pocket, so then drove all the way back here and is now driving back again. So I'm still smiling the whole time. If you guys had seen Mitch this weekend, he just always has a smile on his face, so that's pretty awesome. Our handlers at home too, Lainey, who's been with us all season, and then Kirsten and Ralph are there, all three of them taking care of the dogs, and doing a great job of taking care of the dogs in the homestead there, so we're super excited to have them around. And our sponsors, as we have aged in this sport, our sponsors have changed from breweries to pain centers. We have Integrated Pain Center as a main sponsor. They sponsored our entry fee for this race and all races. Woodland Wellness Center is a chiropractic and massage place. They sponsored us. Evergreen Soft Tubs is a hot tub company. They sponsored us a hot tub this year so that we can soak our bodies after these tough races. Who else? Big Dan's meat. I know that beef is a hard thing to get right now in the state, and we got all of our beef early, and so we're super thankful for them sending up meat to Alaska every year. Wolex is our clothing sponsor, so we have some warm clothes that, as I'm getting colder and colder outside, it's nice to have warm clothes. And then to our dogs have been amazing. They exceeded our expectations. We've trained 27 dogs this year for racing, and 24 of them were in this race. 27 were ready to race. Also thanks to Amanda Otto, she's running the 3 dogs we have left behind to keep them in shape so we can go to the Yukon Quest in a couple weeks and have 27 dogs for a 28-dog race. So, but yeah, exceeded our expectations. We came to just kind of hopefully have a good run around the track, take our time a little bit more, enjoy our time, and then after the first run, we were like, wow, these dogs are actually rising to the occasion, and yeah, so we made our way around the track, and they all looked amazing, and I'm super proud of them. It's both of us had pretty young dogs, and yeah, we're excited about their future. Cody will hopefully pick up any pieces that I left, so thank you.
Third place.
I'll vote for Matt Hall.
Matt Hall.
Third place with a frame poster, a plaque for third place, and a check for $3,500. Cody Strathe.
Well, if you don't know, that was my wife, so she told all the important stuff. Thank you. Yeah, so this is actually the first dog sled race. We ran a lot of races together, but I think this is the first one in history in 15 years that she let me win. Being from her, so thank you. Appreciate that. Feels good. Yeah, thanks to our handler crew on the road here, Annie, Mitch, Kate. Some of you probably saw them out there. They were the ladies in the tutus. They had some great dances, some great songs. When I went to Lake Louise for the last run, I was pretty excited to get on the trail and go. Annie sat me down and sang me a song she'd been rehearsing on the back of the runners most of the winter already. She wrote new lyrics to one of my favorite songs, and that was really sweet and really, I may not have looked like I appreciated it at the moment because I wanted to get on my sled and go, but I can't stop thinking about it and just really appreciate everything they did to keep the mood high, keep the energy good. We go like this on races, and to have a crew that just keeps you up here and thinking on the bright side and happy is awesome. So, also everyone in this room that's helped, who's not in this room that's helped in this race, this is an awesome community event. Thank you, Jason. I love coming here, and yeah, I think that's about all I've got, but thank you all. It's a great race. Sportsman, I'm going to vote for Matt Hall. He was near me. He's probably about the only person that I actually talked to while on the trail or at checkpoints. Just a good, friendly friend to have around.
I understand the song had something to do with dancing bears or something like that. Was that the song?
No.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, maybe get her up to, I can put it on YouTube later.
Okay. All right. Second place and a check for $5,500, Mr. Jessie Holmes.
Yeah, first off and foremost, I'd like to thank the community, Glennallen, and the Copper Basin Board, the communities in Chistochina, the roadhouses that put us up and have awesome meals and warm place for us to go, Lake Louise, Tolsona Lodge, Meier Lake, all incredible places. All the volunteers, the trail crew, the vet team. Yeah, there's just so many people that go into putting on this great race. This is my 4th year coming here in a row, 3rd year running it. It's one of my favorite races to prepare you for the rest of the season, and you know, it's just great to see people year after year and keep making those connections in these places. And I look forward to keeping coming back. I want to thank my sponsor, Samard Automotive. They keep my truck going, which is a huge deal for mushers. To be able to actually make it where we're going and not break down, hopefully. But to have somebody who's going to help you if you do. And my handler, Dennis Tarek from Germany, who came over and was helping them, and he helped the whole way and cleaning up straw. And Magdi, Dennis's wife, you know, every year I've come down here, I've stayed with them, and it's one of the things that makes this such an enriching experience to be able to come down here and connect with my friends and, you know, all of you different mushers. I want to congratulate all of you. You know, people say that mushing is having its low points. I'm not seeing it that way. I see a bright, shining future. I see a lot of young, up-and-coming mushers and new mushers all the time. And, you know, 29 people making it across this course is a testament to, you know, everyone's skill level to be able to make it to this finish line. So congratulations. Brent Sachs, it's always a pleasure to race against and always positive, and, you know, we had a good time out there.
And the 2024 Copper Basin 300 champion for the 2nd time, and also recipient of the First to Sourdough Award presented by Alaskans, is Mr. Brent Sass, a check for $7,000 and a framed poster and a plaque.
Oh man, I can't thank everybody that puts on this race enough. I've been coming here since 2007. I've been here most years since then, and I'll say this is one of the best races that I've ever been at. Everybody along the way was so friendly and nice. All the checkpoints, people are just excited about being here, and I think that's the biggest part of all of this, is that everybody involved, from the vets to the checkpoint volunteers to the guys running the race. Jason is out there everywhere along the course. You're always seeing him, and that just brings a lot of confidence to the race. So all your guys' hard work. I put in a lot of trail. This was a phenomenal trail. I know how much work goes into that. So thank you guys for that. My handlers, Mike and Fernando, could have never done it without you guys. They were just spot on with everything, and we're sort of trailblazing the way there and setting the standard for the rest of the handlers, I think. Yeah, and my dogs, they were absolutely phenomenal. A lot of veterans, a lot of young dogs in there, and they all did an amazing job, and I'm so thankful for them. Yeah, and then just all the competitors. It was great racing against all you guys. Jessie, awesome time out there, man. It's always fun. It's always fun. You're pushing me hard, man. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a lot. So thank you to everybody involved with the race. And yeah, looking forward to being back here next year. Already dreaming about it. Sportsman, I'm just going to Jessie. For me, he, yeah, just my ultimate competitor out there.
And the 2024 Sportsman of the Year Award presented by, or given by Copper Valley Electric Association, Jessie Holmes, $300 in plaque.
Yeah. There you go, Jess.
I know you want the check, but here's the plaque, and we'll give you the check in just a moment. All right?
This means plenty more to me. Yeah, well, thanks again, you know, to everybody putting on the race, and thanks for this award. Thanks to my competitors, and you know, look forward to seeing you all next year, and look forward to seeing you all at Iditarod.
All right, really quick. I know everybody wants to get on the road and everybody wants to get going. I'd love to do a picture against that wall right there of all of our mushers. If I get all the mushers to make their way that direction really quick, I'd like to get a picture before everybody disperses and gets on the road. I want to say thank you to everyone for being here. We look forward to the year 2025 and the 36th running of the Copper Basin 300. And if all of those folks, got all the mushers to gather over there for your sportsman, or for your picture. And Carolina, you want to do another drawing with on live with Kale?
Everybody look at me.
Make your noises for us. Come on, Galaxy.
I'm good. Can I have top 3 finishers and if you received an award too?
There they go. There it was. There it is.
We need a picture of the picture taker.
Did you see your footage last night?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
A little present. I almost died. I was trying to stay up. I literally almost died. Here we go, friends. We have the top 3 here. Here's the room. I'll give you one more look, and then it's time to head home to Willow. Here's your community of mushers. And sure. You ready? Am I pulling him? Are you pulling him? We're pulling him. You're pulling him.
Yes, I'll pull them. I just, I gotta pull up my notes.
This is additional raffle for our sponsors, right?
Yes.
For our mile sponsors?
Yes. So we already raffled off signed poster and then 2 sticker packets. So we're gonna do 3 sticker packets and then 6 times a hoodie or a product of your choice from our website. I'll get in touch with you about that. And then 2 unsigned posters. Let's recruit someone. Do you wanna do the drawing?
And is a good upstanding, you know, Boy Scout.
Okay. All right. So what's this for? This is for the Trail Mile sponsors.
Yeah, we have 300 plus.
308 mile sponsors, which is
Wow.
almost $10,000. So
Okay.
huge.
So we will pick. I'm not looking here.
That's your job, is being partial.
Lucky number.
Yeah.
Oh man, I know what it's like to lose those things.
That one.
Expensive.
All right, so that's $294 for a sticker packet. Let me.
294, and the last one was 290. So those are people who signed up today.
And that's well, not necessarily.
Oh no! Or you could buy your own.
People can
You
sometimes.
could choose a.
Sometimes they request.
Oh.
They want
Okay.
sponsor for and what mile. So this is for Sue-Ann Wilson, for Rick Wilson.
Right on, Suzanne.
Former Copper Basin 300 participants, upcoming 70th birthday. So 294.
Right on.
I'm gonna make notes here real quick.
Really? Great.
So 294. Gonna do another sticker packet, right?
All right, we're doing this again.
Oh, it's like
This is like mixing a salad. Let's get a good number. Somewhere down in here. All the way to the. Yeah, make sure you don't fall. All right, going to the bottom. To the bottom of the salad bowl.
You guys
All right. Is that one number or two in my hand?
One.
Okay, there's one. I got one.
Oh my God! It's all the 290s are winning.
292 with Kasuba. Awesome. So that's also another sticker packet. So 292.
I see a lot of numbers in there. They're not all twos.
Yeah, you gotta mix it up a little.
Yep, mix it up.
So another last sticker packet that also includes a patch.
Oh, we're gonna pick another one? Okay.
Oh, there's so many more.
All right. Is that a number? Hey!
Okay, so this is 103.
103.
And 103, let me scroll back up now. 103 is Lori Hunter for a sticker packet. So 103, Lori Hunter. Now we're gonna do a hoodie or another product of your choice from our website.
Okay, here's one. I haven't looked at it.
Okay, so it's 161. And 161 is, let's see, Mary Crowley. So Mary
All
Crowley
right.
is getting a
All
hoodie
right.
or something.
Mary's getting some clothing.
You want to draw one?
Is it, what is it? Is it like 200 something? Nope.
182. And that's Serena Worsley for a hoodie. 182.
Let's get our lucky, more clothing on this one? What are we bobbing for?
It's still hoodies.
Oh, more hoodies?
Hoodies.
Their hoodies are sharp.
Many hoodies. I mean, whatever else you can choose, you know.
What do we get? Two.
It's 202. So 202. And that's, that goes to my friend who did not want their name mentioned. but
Anonymous?
I'll get in touch with her.
Okay, anonymous.
Yeah.
Anonymous Annie? Okay, here's another one.
So I just have a fun fact about this friend from the 202. Like, I hope that she's not watching this, but
I hope she is.
She actually is not the biggest fan of dogs, like in the house and stuff. But she, you know, she's just been following all the Facebook and everything, and I think that we just got her so excited over the past 2 years, and now she's even sponsoring us, and I think that's so awesome, and I can't wait to visit her with like at least 5 dogs or something like that. This is a surprise maybe. Anyway, so that's just a side note. So another hoodie goes to 122, and 122 is, let's see, Heidi Hatcher, and we know Heidi Hatcher too. She's from Gakona. She is a badass hunter and awesome person. So thank you, Heidi. Right.
I got another one. Ooh, it's
What is it?
287.
287. Okay, let's go scroll all the way back down again. That's another hoodie. Kali Kasuba. Okay, 287. Awesome. So last hoodie or a similar product from the website.
This one, right here.
Yeah, what is it? It's 56.
56.
All right, so 56 is
Sorry,
scroll
number
back.
95. It's actually 56.
56 is Sandy Ball. Sandy Ball, 56. Awesome. And now we have the last two prizes are 2 posters. These are not signed.
So these are the big ticket number items.
Yes.
Okay.
There's only 100 of them printed, so it's limited. You know, we have only a few per set. 278.
278.
Okay, let me scroll back all the way down again.
Boy, twos are lucky in this.
I know. Wenger's Country Store, which is in Candy
There we go.
Lake. So locals too. So what is it? 287.
Maybe I can drop ticket number 1.
And last poster.
Last poster. Aaron, would you like to draw though? No. Okay.
Got this.
Stop looking. This one? There we go.
192. Okay, let's see.
261. Oh. 192.
The Boski family, also locals. Awesome. And that's an unsigned poster.
All right. They'll enjoy that.
192. And I would also like to say that, you know, most of our mile sponsors are locals, which is awesome. It really just shows how the community, you know, comes together and supports this huge event. It's the biggest event, I think, during the whole year.
Definitely until maybe a couple tourists come to town when they drive their motorhomes through. But
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
definitely the biggest winter event in this community.
So if people want to already get involved in next year's,
Yeah,
is
so-
that available on the website yet, or would that be available at a certain time for mile sponsors?
I would say like if you want to sponsor a mile for next year and get on the list, you can do that whenever you want to. The link still works, and I'm just gonna go through the emails in a few days, and I'll make a new list for 2025, and I'll just start adding those names there. So, thank you everyone for your support, and we really appreciate it. This truly makes a
a
huge
lot of
difference.
numbers you got in there.
Yeah, and just to put it
That's
in
an amazing.
perspective, you know, we really, you know, this is a huge difference. Last year we sponsored 54 miles. It was the first year when I started doing the social media more, and that, you know, already gave us about $1,600, and we were able to buy a professional groomer for the trail, which is the first ever in our history. So that's pretty cool. And now, you know, between merchandise sales and this, we raised probably around $15,000. So
That's very impressive. You got the word out to get that many sponsors to pick up that many trail miles.
And a lot of hard
Congratulations.
work.
A lot of
Thank
hard work.
you. We'll put you on camera every week until the next year, right?
Okay.
All right, everybody. We got to get coffeeed up and get out of here. Love you.